Okay, good afternoon, viewers. So we are with the next session. So with the template, what I'm showing you, you can identify. I think you can identify what is the new one we are going to learn. It's nothing but a type of art. I think all will enjoy doing art. Okay, so even from kid to adult, everyone is having a different way of thinking, different way of creativity in art. Okay, that shows their talent too. Okay, so today we are going to see a new type of art that is nothing but mandala art. Okay, so we are going to see a new type of art known as mandala art. Okay, so all will have some knowledge about art. So just we are going to see it in an elaborated way, that how it is, how the origin of mandala is there, what are the type of symbols are there. Just we are going to see the introduction of mandala today. I'll be giving you such details about how it looks like, what are their uses, what are the benefits. So that is why I have shown you a template as art is everything. So with art, everyone can get their mode of mindset. Okay, so their mindset also depends upon the art they do. So we have to have a pleasant mindset and also a fixed way of doing art. Okay, so today we are going to see is that what I told you is a new type of art, that is nothing but mandala art. So I'll say the meaning of mandala, so why we are calling it, so what are the users, so everything, all the introduction I'll be giving you by this session. So we can go into the session by starting with what is a mandala art. Okay, so what is a mandala art, I'll go with that. So mandala art is nothing but it is an art of geometric set of patterns. So it is a geometric design or pattern that represents the cosmos and deities in various heavenly worlds. Okay, so it is nothing but it is a geometric design, so like what we do it for columns and all. So it is also the same type of art in which it is a geometric set of patterns, colors and shapes. So we will be using many types of shapes, patterns, symbols, everything in it. So normally mandala is often presented in a circle. So normally we'll be doing it in a circle shape. Within that circle we will be drawing such symbols, patterns, and we'll make it into a perfect design. So as we already have the thumbnail as that mandala art, the picture will be like that only. Okay, so the patterns emanate from the center of the mandala. While you're drawing a circle, so from the center you will be elongating the symbols and the designs. Okay, so what is mandala? Mandala is an art of geometric designs or patterns. So it makes us to get into the another world, that is the important one. So it gives you a different experience of drawing. Okay, so next is what does a mandala look like. Okay, the next one is what does the mandala look like. Next one we'll be seeing to it. So already I told you, I'll give you a detailed explanation of it. So that is what does a mandala look like. So traditional mandalas are created as a circular. What I told you is a circular representation in which the colors, patterns, and shapes are repeated in layers emanating from the circle center of the circle. So what I told is, in a circle you will be drawing a circle. Within the circle you will be giving a lot of designs and colorings, everything, which will bring out in a perfect design. So it is nothing but you will be doing much patterns and shapes in a repeated layers. You will have such layers in the circles, and in that circles you will be making designs. Okay, so they are commonly created in the shape of the circle. So when you go to the types of mandala, normally what I say is we'll do mandala in circular shape, but it also goes in the letter mandala. When you come to the types of mandala, you can make in the images also you can make an mandala art, not only in circular, it can be in any shape, any picture, any image. You could get the outer line of the picture. You will be doing designs of mandala inside the outline. Okay, so that is the main outlook of this mandala. Okay, so what does a mandala look like is nothing but what I told you. It is also a circular representation where the colored patterns and shapes are repeated in layers, from which the layers are emanating from the center of the circle. Okay, so this looks like mandala. Next one is that the uses of mandala. Next one will go with the uses of mandala. See, from starting, I'm telling art is everything, right? The same way, the uses of mandala is nothing but there are many useful uses and very important benefits are there. Okay, so mainly it is to aid meditation practices. So a person who is in meditation nowadays, meditation is a very good mind free exercises where it aids in the meditation exercise practices. Okay, so they appear as a piece of artwork in churches, temples and shrines. So they are also, it also became an religious art, as we, you will be doing it in Christians, Hindus and all will Buddhist, all are following it as those meditation practices. It is also a type of meditation practice that it appears as a piece of artwork. It is nothing but with the piece of artwork we can get the peace of mind. A simple word is that piece of artwork is a piece of mind. Okay, so that repetitive patterns what we are giving. So when you're drawing a circle, so within the circle you're giving some patterns and designs which comes out with a good look. So that repetitive patterns are meant to they are very meant to get to relax of the mind. So it also observes the viewer into a state where the meditation is more easily possible. So with this type we can make the meditation is as easily possible. Okay, so within the space of our mental relaxation, so the mandala arts visual imaginary connects with the viewer to the universe as well as themselves. So the one I told you before is that art is everything. So in the single line you get everything inside it. Nothing is that whenever a person is drawing or doing some artwork, he totally puts all his mind thoughts inside the picture. So he gives lot of love to his work. Okay, so he also makes imaginary view of what he is thinking and what he is bringing out in the paper. So that is the main connection of this artwork, is nothing but the visual imagery connects with the viewer to the universe. Okay, so mandala is also a personal artifact and its meaning and use should be understood by the viewer. So whenever we are doing this art, so we have to understand its meaning and usage, how we are using it. Okay, so this is the main use of mandala. Okay, now next I'll tell you how, what is the word mandala means. Mandala is nothing but a particular meaning in which spiritual practices in the way it represents one's own spiritual journey from the outside oneself inside. What I told you is what I think, what I keep in my mind, I'm going to give it in the paper. So it depends upon all their mindset, their peacefulness, their love of work. Everything comes under this artwork. Not only you cannot simply take a pen or pencil and you can start drawing. You have to first make a visual imagery in your mind. You have to register it. Just you have to give a life to a picture. So in mandala is nothing but your drawing is a simple thing, but what you're going to do is you're going to give a life to a picture. Okay, so it is also a spiritual journey that is from the outside of oneself to inside. Okay, the next one is their origin and benefits. So what are the origin and benefits of mandala? We are going to see the origin and benefits of mandala. So mandala was first appeared during the first century. Okay, So mainly it is a Buddhist artist. In the first century, it was a Buddhist art. Okay. So over next countries, what happened is the Buddhist missionary traveled on the Silk Road throughout the Kashmir. So it is a little bit a small story how the mandala came into Hinduism is nothing but it is over for next after those first centuries. What happened is that the British Buddhist missionaries traveled onto the Silk Road throughout the Kashmir, in which the Hindu Kush regions, part of Pakistan, Afghanistan, to bring Buddhist religion to other societies. Okay, so while they are crossing over, they have been seeing a lot of drawings and everything in which that made them to bring out in them. Okay, so mandalas came with them in which they uh, prepared it in a very good manner, that a mandala art is nothing but a peaceful of mind which brings a love to work. Okay, so already I told you the origin is from Buddhist. So we are going to take some points in which Buddhists have given us a lot of symbols and everything. Okay, next is you'll go with benefits. If we see for benefits of mandala, you can have many types of benefits. Okay, so we can say it as great stress reliever. So what they are telling is that a great stress reliever. So while a person is drawing, normally if we are drawing or painting or something, it depends upon their one's mindset who is doing that. Okay, so if I'm not in a good mood but I have to draw a picture which should be perfect, it's not possible. So absolutely it is not possible. So if a person is drawing or painting, what he has to do is first he has to set his mind that he's going to draw a picture or paint a picture. So for doing a work, what we need is a peaceful mind. For normally what a work which you are doing is that a concentration and a peaceful mind. Without concentration and peaceful mind, we cannot do a work perfectly. Okay, so the first benefit of mandala is nothing but it is a great stress reliever. Okay, then the second one is that therapeutic effect. So it is also a very big therapeutic effect. So they have been applied it for many persons who have came over all their mind disturbances. Okay, the next one is the meditation alternative. So it is also a type of artwork, that is the one I told you. A piece of work is a piece of which leads to peace of mind. So meditation it is also used as a meditation alternative. Okay, next one is it refreshes the brain. So however a person is drawing a picture or painting a picture, it really refreshes his mind and makes them to do some creativeness in the pictures. It normally it does. So the same, a person who is drawing mandala art, it makes them to refresh their brain. Next is that it sparks creativity. So if he is drawing a design for a so layer by layer he will be completing the designs and patterns, he will be completing the picture. So likewise, so each and every layer has a separate design and pattern, so that also makes them to spark their creativity. So what we can do with this everything and coloring and all. Okay, next is it boosts your immune system. All the sparks which you get in your brain, it boosts your immune system. Next is reconnect with our inner child. Just I'm saying the benefits of mandala art. It is nothing but it reconnect with our inner child. So normally what we say is reading a book, telling a story, painting a picture, all comes under a same line, in which you can read a story, but if you're coming to expose it to another person, what you have to do is you have to have the visual imagery of the picture what you were seeing in the book, and also the words given in the story, the content, the moral, everything you have to be well known, and then only you can be exposing it to the next person. Otherwise you cannot give them a proper view of the story. The same way, while you're drawing, what you have to do is you have to bring your inner child. So the connection between you and the image is the inner, it brings the inner peace to your mind. Next is your creativity sparkness that makes your mind fresh. So it also brings freshness to your mind. Next is your perfect therapy for many diseases. In those days they have used this as a therapy for many diseases. Okay, so next one is that I have told you that origin, how the mandala art is originated. Next is the benefits of mandala art. Okay, next is very interesting one, that is I told you what is mandala. Mandala is nothing but circle. Simply what you have to say is, what is mandala means, mandala is a circle. So all your designs and patterns comes in the layers of patterns and circles. So mandala is a circle. Next, what is the meaning of mandala? We can see what is the meaning of mandala. Mandala is a piece of art comprised of geometric patterns and symbols. What I have told you is, layer by layer, what they'll be doing is the layers of patterns and symbols. So the Sanskrit, it is derived from a Sanskrit word that mandala translates to mean circle or center. That is nothing but so when you're starting from one end and you again you come and touch the same end. So in a circle you will be drawing all those designs and patterns in the same way. Okay, so mandala is a piece of art comprised of geometric patterns and symbols. So it is a Sanskrit word. Okay, so the next one is symbols. Okay, they are types and symbols. So you have many types of mandala, and the basic types are there. Based on the designs and patterns, you have many types and symbols. So the basic type what we have is that the geometric mandala. So we have basically 5 mandalas. Okay, so basic on the elements and everything we have 5, but the 3 known types are known as the sand, healing and teaching. Sand mandala, healing mandala and teaching mandala. So first I'll go with the sand mandala. Sand mandala is nothing but the crushed up pieces of colored stones. Now we can see many art that you can make art with broken glasses. You can make art with, you can see lip on art, that is nothing but you can use the clay and mirrors everything. The same way the sand mandala is nothing but the crushed up pieces of colored stone. So it is made with the crushed up pieces of the colored stone. With that, with the help of that, they will be making an art, that is the sand mandala. Next is your healing mandala. Healing mandala is nothing but it calms the creator and viewer. It is also a type of meditation. So healing mandala is nothing but a type of meditation that calms the creator or viewer. The next one is your teaching mandala. Teaching mandala is nothing but important part of religious training in the Buddhist faith. As already I told you, so Buddhists have following this mandala art. So it plays a major role in their religious training. So they took this as their religious training in the Buddhist faith. The next one is the type of mandala. So as I told you, based on our circumstances and everything, we have uh, extended to many types of mandala. That is, one is geometric mandala, the first one. The second one is the architectural mandala. So these are separated as types based on our needs. Okay, so the third one is element mandala. The fourth one is flower mandala. That is, in the outline picture of a flower, we will be doing mandala designs and all. The next, the fifth one is letter mandala. Letter mandala is nothing but with the letter of your name or something, whatever the initial letter, everything, you will just given the outline of the letter and you will be drawing designs inside the letter. Okay, just the outline will be there, you will be drawing the designs inside it. So these types are based or being differentiated on the day or more of a basic needs. That is geometric mandala, architectural mandala. Architectural mandala comes under in the sculptures, statues, everything in which we can make art inside it. Okay. Next is the element mandala, flower mandala, and lettered mandala. So the basic main three types what I told, which it's originated from the beginning, is that the sand mandala, healing, and teaching. Sand is nothing but what I told you is the work we will be doing with the crushed colored stone pieces. Okay, the healing, it comes under the type of meditation it which calms the creator or viewer. Next is we'll go with teaching, that is a main, it is a religious training. Okay, next else, so I have told you about the types of mandala. Next I'll go with the symbols of mandala. So there are many symbols. So like in mathematics we'll be having different symbols, right? Addition symbol, subtraction symbol, division symbol, everything. So for each and every symbol we have a different concept. The same way in art also we have certain symbols which denotes their meaning. So they have a separate meaning of usage. So in certain pictures you can use this type of symbols, in certain you can use different types. So the same way in mandalas also, it also has several key symbols of Buddhism. So Buddhism religious comes under this mandala, in which each and every symbol denotes a meaning. Okay, so first we'll go with circular shape. So first what we told is mandala is a circle in the way in which wheel with 8 spokes. Okay, so circular shape in which the wheel with 8 spokes. So the it works well with the artistic representation of a perfect universe. That is the main thing what they are doing, is that connection of the picture with your inner peace. Okay, next is that 8 spokes. That 8 spokes represent the eightfold path of Buddhism. Even that 8 spoke connects with the 8 parts of Buddhism. So mainly it comes under the religious art. Okay, so it guides someone to enlightenment. So it makes someone to enlight their inner peace. Next is a lotus flower. These are the main symbols. So other than this, we have a vast number of symbols. I'll be explaining you with the pictures. But these 2 3 symbols are very key symbols of the mandala art. Okay, next is lotus flower. So it is many lotus type of pictures in which they'll be doing art in it and everything. It is a one in which it is a sacred symbols in Buddhism. So that symmetry represents the balance. See, if you see in a lotus, central petal will be there, and in right side if you have 4, in left also will be having 4. So equal numbers of petals, in which this element symmetry known for the balance. So they are connecting this with the life. Okay, so everything should be in a balanced manner. Okay, so the another main thing is that keeping lotus as their sacred symbol is nothing but a lotus reaches up from its underwater, right? So a lotus, it is growing in a mud water, it is not in a clear water. So what we have to learn from that is we can enlighten ourselves even if our surrounding is not good or everything. So we can enlighten with the spark what is there in our mind. Okay, so lotus that reaches from its underwater muddy bed, even it is a muddy bed too, it blossoms in the light much as human who reaches enlightenment. So the simple thing that they are connecting lotus flower with ourselves. So it blooms out in the with the help of the light, it enlightens. The same way what we have to do is we have to enlighten our human life. Okay, so this is the main key symbols of mandala. Next one is that bell shape. They used to have many types of bell shapes in Buddhist religious. That is nothing but it represents the openness and emptiness of the mind to allow wisdom to clarify, to enter. So this is the one they use the bell shaped symbol for art. Okay, next the So we have seen the origin and everything. We have to know who is the famous mandala artist. So he was the one whose name is as Stephen Mikin. He is a famous mandala artist. Okay, so Stephen Mikin. So whenever we are learning something new, we have to know a little bit more knowledge about who discovered, how it came, what are the uses, what are the benefits, how we can use. This is the main cause of a topic. Okay, so likewise we have seen the origin. I have shown you some of the symbols of mandala. Next is that it is a famous mandala artist. So famous mandala artist we have to know. So who discovered mathematics, we know. Who discovered electricity, we know. The same way we have to know who was the famous mandala artist, is that Stephen Mikin. Okay, he is a famous mandala artist. So he is also a designer. Okay, he is a well-known mandala artist and a designer. So he was very famous in those days. Okay, the next one is that the symbols. So next I'll show you some of the types of mandala, what I told you. The three common types of mandala, what I told you before, is that the sand mandala, teaching mandala, and healing mandala. Next, so mandalas, they are been using it in a different styles in Japan, China, Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan, India, and Indonesia. So they are using mandalas in different styles. So each and every countries, they'll be using it in a different way. See, if one is using elementary mandala, someone will be shown very interest and have an elaborate view of architectural mandala. So each and every country is different from one another. There is no rules that you have to use this or that. So based on that creativity and they are quite mode of drawing and art, they can change the way of teaching and the way of making. Okay, so this is the way which shows their creativity in such things. So likewise only these, or they are all also following it in a different styles. So Japan will be following it in one way, China will be following it in one way. So that is the way I'm telling, is there is no restrictions of creativity. So if we are saying that art is everything, there is no end in the creativity. So one's mind is different from another's mind. Okay, so Japan, China, Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan, India, and Indonesia, they are using different types of mandalas. Okay, so when coming to drawing, we'll be seeing step by step what we'll be doing. Then what are the types of symbols? So each and every symbol, like we have seen the patterns and strokes in handwriting, like that you will be having many much symbols and patterns in mandala. Okay. So next is certain simple symbols in which it denotes and has a separate meaning, meaningful symbols. So simply what we can say is mandalas have meaningful symbols. Just normally we cannot say it is a dot, it is a circle, it is a cross. We cannot say like that. So each and every symbol in mandala has a separate and useful meaning. Okay, so first I'll take dot. So keeping dots is also important in mandala, so it helps in bringing out good outcome. Okay, so dot is in the, they be keeping in the meaning of everything is one, symbol of the manifested. Okay, so this denotes that everything is one. So dot denotes what? It is everything is one, the symbol of the manifested. Okay, next we'll go with circle. So even mandala is a circle. Inside the circle layers, we can draw many circle shaped symbols are also there. So that denotes what? Wholeness and unity. So it denotes what? Wholeness and unity. Next one is the cross. So this cross symbol, that is the right slanting and left slanting line, normally we say it as cross. In that term also, the cross denotes two lines meet and form a center. Yes, so two lines, these are all two separate lines when we draw separately. So if I am drawing two separate lines, it is a two separate line. but if we make them to intersect, it forms a center, right? So it forms a center where the both lines are intersecting. So these two lines meet and form a center. Next is your spiral, the one we learnt as a loop. So this spiral is the cyclic movement of nature. So while you're writing, it goes in a cyclic way, right? So when you're drawing spiral, so spiral is a cyclic movement of nature, so they are denoting is at a cyclic movement of nature. Okay, next is pentagon. Pentagon, already you know, pentagon is with five sides: one, two, three, four, five. So it is nothing but it denotes what? Human being brought to perfection. So the perfection of a human being is brought out in this symbol of pentagon. Okay, next is square. Square has four sides. So this shows our existence in material world. So in this material world, it shows our extension. So these are all basic symbols in which it also has a separate meaning. Okay. Next we'll go with some more examples of symbols. Other than this, I'll show you some more things. The next is horizontal line. So what we normally draw for drawing horizontal line. So it is divides up from down, the earth and the sky. See how they are connecting is that connecting the drawing with the universe. It is nothing but the drawing of horizontal line in mandala is in the meaning of it divides up and up from down. So down it divides from down, up from down. Okay, the earth and the sky. So this denotes what? It separates our earth with the sky. So this horizontal line denotes that. Next is your vertical line. Vertical line is nothing but connection between worlds energy, divides right and left. See, normally while you are writing distinguish or something, you will be drawing a center line, vertical line. In the sense what? It divides the right part with the left part. So only we are dividing it into two. The same way what they are telling is that it divides right and left. Next is your circle divided to 12 part. Your circle divided to 12 parts. That is nothing but cycle of nature and wholeness. So this is a circle with which is divided into 12 halves. If you count, you have 12 parts. So it is a cycle of nature and wholeness. So these are the symbols which has a meaning. So each and everything have meaning. So as I already told you, mandalas are very important and beautiful geometric set of patterns. Okay, so the one we saw today is that mandala can be drawn with many designs and patterns. So particular meaning is that it is a spiritual practice, that is a spiritual journey from the outside of oneself inside. So they can be seen throughout multiple organized religions. What I told is that Hinduism, Buddhism and Christianity, so they have several things. So what they look like is that it is in a circle shape. So we have seen the origin, where from it has been origin. The main key symbols we have seen, that is your circular shape, eight spokes and lotus flower, everything. So we have seen the benefits, as it is a stress reliever, it sparks creativity, it is a therapy for many diseases and all. So we have seen the famous mandala artist, who is that? The Stephen Makin. Then the types of mandala based on the elements, we have three basic types and also the five other types. So these are all the basic introduction about mandala. So with this we can enhance our creativity and we can go up with many designs. So while coming to letter mandala and architectural mandala, it will be very interesting to do, and it will make us to go for a long time. We don't know whether we have completed or we have to stop the work. So we love to work in doing this art. So this art helps in healing also, so it gives a peace of mind. So with this introduction, next we'll be seeing with the symbols, what are the symbols, how we have to draw each and every symbol. So likewise it will be going with mandala. So each and every session we will be having different types of content, so kindly follow the session. So today just I have given you the introduction to mandala, what is mandala, the types and everything. In the next class we will be seeing about the symbols, the patterns, how we have to draw, the way and the perfection of the symbol what you have to draw. So it also has many rules and regulations to the way of drawing and learning. So everything we'll be seeing in the next session. So this session is just for your introduction of mandala, what is mandala. So before knowing a thing, what you have to do is we have to have a knowledge about their origin, their history and everything. So I have given you a total introduction of mandala. So from next class we'll be seeing the symbols and patterns of drawing in a normal manner. Okay, so thanks for watching. So next session also we'll be having based on mandala. So kindly follow our channels. For more details contact the number given below. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. So we'll be coming up with many more interesting lives. Okay, so thank you so much.